Hello and welcome to Box Free with Stephanie. Today I want to show you how to make some basic foods with simple ingredients from scratch. And I hope you discover cooking box free is fast and delicious. So let's cook together. Today we're going to make oatmeal custard because it's kind of a newer recipe I've discovered. And it's kind of my two favorite things put together. And it's fall season, so like custard, oatmeal is going to be something we're going to want to start to eat more of now because it's going to get cold out. So we're making oatmeal custard, and it really is just like it sounds. It's like oatmeal that is a good custard instead of just regular oatmeal, which I really like regular oatmeal, but I also really like custard. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I really like this recipe. So I put 2 eggs in my pan. I'm going to add 2/3 of a cup. So this is 1/3. I'm going to add a 2/3. Okay, and this really only serves about 2 people. It's not like a huge recipe. So I'm just going to whisk this together, mostly just to coat my oatmeal. And I do old-fashioned oats, but I'm sure you could use the quick style. I don't really know. I'm sure you could. So if that's what you've got, just try that. Okay, so now they're just this kind of yellow oatmeal thing, and I've got my little hot plate going. So I'm gonna add in 1 2/3 cup of milk, which looks like kind of a lot here. Oh no, I guess it's pretty much spot on. Okay, so I'm waiting for my pan to warm up just a little bit more, but I guess that's okay. So we're gonna whisk this in, and then we're gonna add a couple other things, sugar and vanilla, and then we're not gonna do that till later. And then we're gonna just eat it, and some people put raisins on it, and I do, my family does sometimes. I just like to go kind of slow when I'm whisking this in, especially because my pan's not very hot. Like, I can still totally touch it. I can feel the heat coming up, but it's definitely not there yet. So this kind of takes a while. This is definitely not a 1-minute or 5-minute oatmeal dish in the morning, but you can have time to do plenty of other things because you don't have to stir it constantly. So it's kind of okay that it's a little bit longer, and it tastes really different. So you are okay cooking it longer because it really does have a custard taste. It's pretty cool. It's very rich, and just rich and creamy like custard would be, as you would imagine. So I know some people in my family don't really like it because it's just too rich for a morning thing, but I don't add a lot of sugar, and so if you didn't think it was sweet enough, you could just add more sugar, but I don't add very much because I don't really want it to be like a true dessert, but I just really want it to taste yummy. Okay, so let me check my recipe. So I stir in the milk, and then I stir in everything else. When it's all done, I'm going to add sugar, vanilla, and a little bit of salt. So I have those kind of right here waiting, and then my raisins are for afterwards. Okay, so now we just wait. Oh boy. Okay, so we're probably going to come back because this is not very exciting. All I'm going to do when you're gone, not watching, is just this. I'm just going to stir it. And it does take a good, 10 minutes or so, maybe 5. I haven't made it a whole lot this summer because it's hot in the summertime, but I do make it every now and then in the summer because I just love it. And I haven't actually gone through a winter with this recipe, so it's like that new to me, and I can't wait to see what it's like on a cold January morning to make oatmeal custard. Gonna love it. Okay, so I'm just gonna stop talking, and we're gonna come back when this is bubbling and getting thicker, so we'll be back. Okay, we are back, and it's only been about 6 minutes, and my stuff is definitely boiling. So I don't know if you can see on the camera, but it's definitely thicker and boiling, and I kind of got distracted, and so I wasn't stirring it like every minute. So it sat here for probably like 3 minutes, maybe 2. I don't know, but I came back, and you could feel on the bottom of the pan like it was starting to burn. Like when you're stirring a pan with a flat spoon like this, you can really feel when your pan is nice and smooth and slick with no food like stuck on it. And then when it doesn't feel like that, like right here, I can feel like I've got some food burnt onto my pan. Usually you can just stir it, keep stirring it enough, and that kind of burnt on, not like it's like black burnt, you know, but like cooked on stuff will release and loosen up. Unless it's, of course, you know, been on there for a long, long time, you know, 3, 5, 6 minutes, something like that. But usually you can catch it in time and not actually have your pan get too messy. So it's really thick like this. So I'm just going to let it cook another bit longer. And you can smell now it's, I mean, even without the salt or sugar, it's like smelling like custard. It's just that baked. Custard is basically milk, sugar, and eggs, and so that's kind of what we've made. So I think just the milk and the eggs together gives it this already like nice custard taste. So I am looking at, it's been 8 minutes now since I stopped filming before, so maybe we're at 10 minutes right now as far as cooking. And this has been a pretty high heat. You know, these hot plates are, ooh, now it's really bubbling. Hot plates are a little bit wicked, so they're not as nice as your stove, but I would do like a medium or medium high on your regular stove. Okay, so now it's really boiling, which makes me think, oh, my bottom is okay. I thought it was going to be really like stuck on there, but it's not. So that's it. Okay, and this looks really eggy. Like I think my pan might have been a little bit too hot to begin with, and so, ooh, that's hot. Hang on a second. So I feel like because I went too hot in the beginning, I might have cooked my eggs a little faster than they wanted to be cooked, and so they are not a beautifully smooth custard. Like this is probably not what I would want to serve if I was really having company. But I totally don't think it's going to affect the taste. I just don't like the look of it. So that's too bad. But when I deal with this hot plate, I tell you, it's just not very consistent. But we're going to go with it because that's how I operate. Like I would never throw this away. Oh my gosh, it's totally fine. Okay, so I'm adding 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of sugar. And I'm going to add half a teaspoon of vanilla, which I don't really measure, and so that to me is half a capful. You could do a little bit less, a little bit more based on your taste buds. And then I'm doing just a dash of salt, like that. And I'm not going to add any butter because I've already got the eggs and the whole milk, which of course gives it some good creaminess. So I'm just going to stir this in a little bit, and then it's really, really hot. So I'm just wondering what my little recipe says. Yeah. So I have my raisins out, almost out of them. Oh, and I switched to a spoon after like 3 or 4 minutes because I wanted to be able to get all that stuff off the bottom of my pan. But I guess you could use a regular shaped spoon and not a flat one, but I really do like my flat ones in this. Okay, so I suppose I should taste it even before I put it in my bowl, but it's so hot. Okay. Oh, I was going to just dip in there. I think I'm going to. I feel like I want more sugar, but I guess I'm going to add raisins. I could just eat this like all the time. I think it's great. I just don't like the look of this batch, which is funny because I have never made a bad batch yet. And then when I get my little hot plate out, I make a bad batch, you know. So maybe a stovetop would be on a medium heat and give yourself a good like 10 minutes or maybe 15 to make it. And then I'm going to add about that many raisins. I don't want to go like crazy and do oodles of raisins, but I don't know about you guys. When I make regular oatmeal in the morning, I like to put my raisins in and then I let it sit for like, I don't know, a minute. I usually can't wait very long. But I try to let it sit so that my raisins are in that super hot oatmeal and they actually like soften up by the heat of the oatmeal. And I have added walnuts to my oatmeal custard. I haven't added oatmeal like I do for my regular oatmeal, but you just add whatever you want. You could add like frozen blueberries or fresh, anything you want in here, raspberries, whatever. Okay, so now that it's cooled just a tiny bit, I think this is best served like not immediately hot because it's just so hot, like it was boiling. So I mean, oatmeal boils too, but I don't know. Okay, here we go. Let me try a bite with a couple raisins. I just want to keep eating it. So I still haven't decided if I like raisins in it or not, because when you have it just like this, just the oatmeal custard, it's very much smoother. And if you use the quick oats, it would be even smoother. Mine is a little bit chunky because I got those big chunks of oatmeal. And you might decide you need more sugar. This is definitely not a sweet breakfast in my opinion. So you could add another tablespoon of sugar if you need to sweeten it up, or maple syrup, whatever. But that's it. I don't know. I just think it's really fun. And it's a really great thing to make in the winter, in the fall. So thank you very much for watching Box Free with Stephanie. I hope you like the show. I hope you try oatmeal custard and you get a new spin on oatmeal. So thanks for your time watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.